Everybody, welcome back to another video as we dive further into the Destiny Grimoire Anthology Volume 3, War Machines. We've gone through Part 1. We are now on Part 2, The Architects, also Chapter 3 overall. Compared to some of the other videos, this time I actually have read a little bit in advance, mostly because I had to restart twice due to issues background mid-chapter, so such is life. But yeah, for the first time, pretty much in any of these videos, I'm actually have read ahead a little bit. Hopefully that doesn't affect the product too much, but yeah, different camera angle, different stuff going on this time. Enjoy. Chapter 3, The Blood. We're walking into a rising wind. Commander Jacob Hardy, pilot, Ares 1. Kaio's passing. Bind yourself with compassion and knowledge. Kaio, supplemental. Journal of Ulysses Kaio, son of Dean Kaio of Beijing University. Navigator of the Ares 1, path to Ares, 476 days to launch. We were in the Rathskeller. If you don't know what that is, I didn't at the time, but it's a sort of restaurant and bar underground, not far from the bookstore, hundreds of years old. This wasn't Beijing. Back then we lived in Australia, Sydney, and I had gone to have lunch with my dad at the university where he was teaching. So I'd brought all this information about looking for colleges. I remember we had holograms floating all around the table while we ate pizza, and it was a great time, you know? Anyway, there was this TV playing, and that was the first time we saw it. Drone footage from the edge of the solar system. Something had come in that no one had expected. My dad looked up and he just froze, like his mind just flipped on and he was lost. He would get like that. That was the first time we saw the thing that everyone eventually called the Traveler. Hardy's calm. Watch your people, mark their strengths, and be ready to call on them. File, Jacob Hardy. Pilot, Ares 1. Supplemental, Journal of Jacob Hardy. Project Catamaran. Path to Ares, 90 days to launch. Are you coming back, or what are you doing? Okay. Been here a week and the clubhouse feels like home now. Everyone in one another's space, everyone with their own work to do. Wish I had the same faith in humanity. That riot between competing Moon X cults in New Orleans is not a good sign. The crew is everything they were sold as. The navigator, his name is Kaio, one of the most inquisitive men I've ever met. He has a curiosity that makes his whole face glow. Myalova is working on the AI of the ship. She's very serious, trained well enough to treat the team with respect, but you can tell she's not interested in answering questions from lesser intellects, which is probably most of us, at least in her field. Evie could give her a run for her money, though. I'll bet. Evie, whose theories on tracking the Moon X gave us the first jump on where we could go meet it. She just looked this way. Guess you can tell I'm writing about her. Myalova's instruments. Ask yourself, what are you reaching for, and what will you do to get it? Myalova Supplemental. Path to Ares, 75 days to launch. From M. Myalova. 2. Journal of Artificial Intelligence Exploration, R.E. Comfort. Colleagues, I read with interest your article on the work at the Uppsala Center on the use of AI in aiding emergency medical workers during the recent tsunamis in Japan. In light of the news of that large, mysterious moon, satellite ship, entering our solar system, I do not agree that AI can be of help in more than logistics. It can make people safe. I feel certain that this Moon X is an intelligence, perhaps an AI, and I don't feel safe with it at all, do you? But bear this in mind, for our own AI to serve us well, it will need secrets too. For AI to serve humanity, we must feel comfortable, and for us to feel comfortable, we must never know the truth, that we have a servant who would surpass us if ever it desired. Of course it won't, because we control it, but we should not doubt that it is a necessary subterfuge nonetheless. Sincerely, Dr. M. Myalova. Myalova's choice. Good, bad, we walk around looking like everyone else. Myalova Supplemental, Nicholas and Alexandra University Provost's Office. Path to Ares, 65 days to launch. Loud crashing noise, apparently a slamming office door. Myalova, have you seen my lab? What in the world is going on? Provost, have they already been in? M, who's they? The computers are gone. The cabinets have been emptied out. P, oh, well, this isn't how it was supposed to go, Dr. Myalova. Please, sit. M, I will not sit. What's happening? Have I been terminated? What are you people? P, for heaven's sake, no, your equipment is safe. It's been moved. You've been chosen to design the AI for the Catamaran mission. M, I'm in the middle of my research here. P, well, now you're going to continue it there. And look, you'll be a household name. M, I don't have any interest in that. P, but they're interested in you. Hang on. M, what? P, I just sent you your itinerary. You're on a flight, Dr. Myalova, this afternoon. You're going to meet your computers at Central Command in Florida. Look at it this way. You'll get some sun. Myalova's triumph. Think and keep thinking. Stay 7 thoughts ahead, always. Myalova Supplemental Navigator's Journal, Encrypted Supplemental. Path to Ares, 20 days to launch. The situation with E becomes increasingly tenuous. She insists she needs access to all the AI code for her gravity well measurements, which I find highly unlikely. It's simply not necessary, and I've given her all the subroutine code that she could possibly need. But she wants it all. It's absurd. What would she make of the R subsystems if she saw them? R. That's what I've codenamed the deepest core of the experimental AI at the heart of the new ship. And he's doing very well, now writing his own code. Off the charts well. Would E even understand? Likely she'd go running to Hardy, show him some of the odder items where R has written some of his own code and seems to be, how can I put it, passing judgment on us. Like a little hidden critic. No, the AI must be protected so that he can function best in the limited way we need. Not sure how to keep her away, but giving her access would be catastrophic. Myalova's tale. What you fight for is what you value. Everything else is words. Myalova Supplemental, Navigator's Journal, Encrypted Supplemental, AV Recording, Clubhouse Canteen, Path to Ares, 3 days to launch. Evie, listen, I wanted to talk to you alone. Myalova, alright? E, have you read some of these outputs? I think there are some serious errors here. M, don't be absurd. E, it's got these code caches, and it's creating assessments of us, of the project, of the crew. It commented on Kaio snoring when he was asleep. Look, here. M, did you print that out? E, of course. M, okay, alright. So what do you propose? E, bringing it to Hardy. M, ugh, of course. E, what's that supposed to mean? M, I mean, look, you're right, it must be an error. This is all embarrassing. Let me see if I can fix it. Give me a day. E, we don't have a day. M, 12 hours then. Let me try to locate the problem. If I can't, of course we'll take it to the whole team. E, are you certain you can? M, oh, I have to. 12 hours. By then, I swear, we'll have it all squared away. Hardy's control. You know what I believe? Whatever I can get my hands on. Jacob Hardy's journal. Project Ares 1, FKA Catamaran. Path to Ares launch day +1. We're 24 hours late. I've never seen the crew in such a crappy mood. It was so stupid. An electrical fire in a clubhouse stairwell. 1 minute Evie's putting some final touches on her calculations and was headed off to do a telecast about the effect of flash erosion on coastal tides. And the next, we didn't even notice she was gone. We learn about cascading events, how a catastrophe comes from one thing stacking onto another. A fried electrical system, a weak sprinkler, smoke. No one else is paying attention. A spill in the stairwell, making the steps slippery. Our safe cocoon became a death trap. Of course we're still going. But Evie put us here, and now we're going to meet the traveler without her. The truth is, I know I'll lose myself in the amazement of it all. I will, I know it. But just remember I felt this way. One more thing. They've given us guns and renamed us. Something about needing to be ready for the worst. Myalova's path. What you pursue, those are your values. Everything else is noise. File, Myalova, Engineer, Ares 1. Path to Ares, unknown date. Supplemental Old Russia Agency of Technology and Science documentary interview, partially recovered. Myalova. Had to start a lot of that over. Insurance agent. Let's talk about your background. You were one of the heroes of the Ares 1, right? M. Heroes, huh? No, we were scientists. IA. Very well, so as a scientist, the system you designed. M. I designed the AI. IA. And did the AI run the mission? M. Oh, no, it couldn't have back then. We had no idea what we were going to find. Moon X was a terraformer. We could run into ocean storms, and indeed, landing was a mess. So we needed the best AI with extreme flexibility. Because it would be better if Hardy could take the ship in his hands. Project Catamaran was secret and probably dead as soon as it started. Crazy to run out and meet something like that. It was good work. Most of the AI code I started there didn't really get used for the mission, but it came in handy. I mean, where do you think... Kind of abruptly stops in case... Art. Old Russia. Cosmodrome kind of looking. The colony ship. Oh, that's it. Well, I nearly got to the end of that on my first recording, but I ended it because I had some distractions in the background. But at any rate, we've reached the end of that chapter, chapter 3. Fairly short, kind of nice and sweet. Kind of like this setup a little bit better. Hopefully I can show some artwork a little clearer, and for the viewing experience, it's a little bit warmer than some of the other perspectives in the past. Here's the artwork. Started that chapter for part 2. So that's kind of the spacecraft, I guess, that they were symbolized anyways. Oh yeah, you can see that's literally the Traveler. I don't know how I missed that gigantic ball in the sky next to that. For some reason I was thinking it was a planet or something, but as we know, the Traveler is gigantic. So anyways, this has been chapter 3 of part 2 in the Grimoire Anthology Volume 3. Thanks for watching if you've watched this far. A little bit more practice this time, and as always, it's a work in progress, but thanks for tuning in. Peace.